My name is Samantha Harvey, and this is my video for close relationships. The relationship I chose as the most important would be the parental relationship, the bond between your mother or your father. I chose this because that relationship impacts who you become as an adult. I did not choose this one for the first video, but I chose a very similar one. I believe this one is just as important as the one I chose for the first video, because I do think this is the most important though. I believe this one is the most important because it shapes who you become. If you gain this relationship as a young child, or as a baby, and as this relationship grows and as you become older and wiser, this relationship develops. One factor I believe that is essential for a healthy relationship is trust. As a baby, you have to trust in your parents. Otherwise, you won't get the basic needs. You won't get food. You won't get shelter. Because you can't get them for yourself. So you have to rely on that trust that your mother or your father will do that they will clean you, that they will provide shelter, that they'll provide food for you. Because you can't even hold your head up at first. You know that your parents will not abandon or leave you. You know they'll support you through tough times, and that they will be for you no matter what. Which leads into another important factor that I believe is essential. Unconditional love. Your parents are the only ones who will not give up on you. They will love you through thick and thin, whether you break the law and get thrown in jail, or if you graduate with your PhD in engineering. They're going to be there for you in the toughest times and in the best times. They want you to succeed, and they want to do whatever they can to support you, to help you succeed. They're the only ones who won't abandon you. Whereas you'll have all these friends along the way, some of those friends may stab you in the back. I had a friend in high school who I thought was my best friend, who I thought would be there for me no matter what. Yeah, she wasn't. She ended up going after a guy that I was talking to, and he chose her over me because she would sleep with him. So friends may not be there for you no matter what. There will be some friends who will, but it won't be the way your parents will be there for you. Those factors, trust and unconditional love, they develop the relationship style because they go into developing who you are and who you become. If without trust and without that unconditional love, your parents aren't going to want to hold you like they should. For the way that your parents interact with you influences your attachment style. Your parents need to have close proximity with you. They need to hold you as a baby. They need to cuddle you as a baby. As a child, you just need that warmth, gentle touch. One of the reasons I believe that this relationship is most important is because it does influence who you become. If you do not have a secure attachment style as a child, then that attachment style can stay with you as an adult. Yeah, it will change a little, but if that attachment style isn't secure, then it's going to be harder for you to form relationships when you're older. It'll be harder for you to have that intimate relationship that leads into marriage possibly. The one that you have with your parents needs to be a secure attachment, which I know that we cannot control that because we're so young when we do meet our parents, and it's more on our parents' end. But if that relationship or if that attachment style is secure, then it will be a lot easier for you to have friendships, to have that strong, intimate relationship that leads to marriage possibly. I don't think that these factors necessarily are mutually exclusive. I believe they both can occur at the same time because you don't know what love is when you're born. just know that this person is feeding you. You know, you learn your mother's voice and whatnot, but you know that this person's feeding you, that they're taking care of you, that they're bathing you. And you put your trust into them. You don't know that you love them or what love is, but your parents love you from the moment that you're conceived. From the moment they find out that they're having a baby, that love for you grows. I believe they influence each other, because without that love you receive from your parents, then you would not be able to grow that trust for them. All relationships have costs and benefits. As you're growing up, you don't necessarily have any costs. Yeah, you have a few chores, but those aren't necessarily cost. You reap more of the benefits because you have your parents caring for you, providing shelter for you. You have them providing food. You have them providing clothes, making sure that you're able to have that bathtub to shower in. Your parents have the higher cost when you're young because they put a lot of effort into the relationship and a lot of time and a lot of money. Granted, you put a lot of time in it and effort, but your parents put a lot more effort because they're the ones actually caring for you. Also, your mother has to carry you for 9 months. She'll never get her old body back unless she works really, really hard. So she gives up her body as she knew it. But they trust that when you grow old, that you'll be the ones caring for them, that you will provide shelter and whatnot, especially with the way the retirement system's going. But they trust that you'll take care of them as they get older, like they did for you when you were a baby. This relationship is very important because it's very influential on the adult you become. Because that relationship, it's make or break. I mean, I know somebody who did not have a secure attachment as a child, where his mother, she wanted to shelter him more than anything. She did not want him to have girlfriends. She wanted to trap them in the house, basically. She did not want him to meet anybody. And now, this man, he's that way with his son. She even went so far as to tell this man's brother, when his wife got pregnant, she told her, "Oh, I hope you die giving birth." And this woman, she influenced who these kids became. A couple of them, they did turn out great. They became great fathers, and they would never say anything like that to their children. But there's that one. He's very, very protective over his son, does not want his son to have a girlfriend, does not want his son to date, because he believes that women are out to get you. He believes that women are just out for money. And I believe that the way his mother treated him as a child had an effect on it. I believe that the way she was with them, the way she did not want them to be around others, she kind of, and the way she talked to them, she instilled it in their head that other people are just out to get them, that you cannot trust anyone. And so I believe that that attachment style that they formed was not very healthy. I think that the interaction between your parents that would be most beneficial is a supportive relationship. One where they're there for you, where they build you up instead of putting you down. Because, I mean, you get more when you're positively influenced. If they're saying, "Oh, great job, great job, great job," and they yell at you when you blink your eyes the wrong way, I mean, that's not a very good relationship. I think that this relationship is the most important for people in general, because when you're a child, you need that supportive parent for you, because your parents are going to be the ones that are there for you until the end.